Over the years, when you've thought of the NBA G League, what normally comes to your mind? Most people think of old washed up players or either younger guys that just aren't good enough for the NBA team. Also, you'll have some guys that have potential, but they're just not good enough. That's the normal stereotype for a G League player. I think we can all agree, growing up, when you've thought of the G League, you don't think of the next big star or a dominating player playing in it. But the narrative now is starting to change, and it's happening really fast. We have not one, not two, not three, but 4 guys that are doing something that we've never seen before. I think by now everyone's somewhat heard of the G League Ignite team. I know there's going to be some people that don't, so I'm going to try to make it short and sweet. This team has some players that decided to skip college and go to the G League route first. Because for a reason that I still don't like to this day, you can't go to the NBA straight out of high school. Originally, this team had 5 guys that made that decision, but Kay Soto, who is the center, cannot play right now. So there's no reason to really talk about them. It's unfortunate, but we're going to focus on 4 main players. And those 4 players are Jalen Green, Jonathan Kuminga, Daishen Nix, and Isaiah Todd. I want you to really pay attention to this. Jalen is 18, Kuminga is 18, Nix is 18, and Isaiah is 19. To put that in perspective, I'm going to give you 2 examples. They're still 18-year-olds in high school. If that's not good enough for you, to put it more into perspective, listen to this. 20, 37, 33, 36, 29, 26, 27, and 23. That's the age of the other players on this team. So besides those 4 main players, the average age is almost 29 or 30. With that being said, I'm a firm believer that I don't care how young you are because it doesn't matter if you're not performing. However, these guys just aren't performing. They're arguably the best players on the team. I mean, we all expected them to be good, let's just be honest, but maybe they're outperforming the expectations. The 4 players, 3 18-year-olds and 1 19-year-old are all in the top 5 scoring for this team. Kuminga's at 1, Green's at 2, Nix is at 4, and Todd's at 5. Kuminga's averaging 17.5 per game, Green's averaging 17.2, Nix is averaging 11, and Todd's averaging 9.5. So all 4 of these guys are almost averaging over 10 points per game. The gap between 2 and 3 is far because Green's averaging 17.2, and then the next closest is 11. A thing we need to note too and pay attention to is it's not like they're putting up these numbers in a losing effort. They're having a winning season. Putting up those numbers that all of these guys are doing would be great at the college level, but they're doing this at the G League. Everyone's focusing on Jalen for obvious reasons, but you can't forget about Daishen Nix and Isaiah Todd because they're looking very good. What they're doing too, and we've talked about it in previous videos, is that they're changing the narrative of basketball in general. I gave a lot of credit to Jalen because he is the media guy and brings in most of the attention, but these guys are helping too. You see, what's happening is, for the past 10 to 15 years, nobody's given a crap about the G League. But now, out of all of a sudden, they're pulling a lot of views and some of their games are being on TV, which is rare. Nobody has ever cared about the G League before all these guys got there. If they don't change the rules where college athletes can get paid, this might be the start to a massive trend. A lot of these guys don't come from the best situations, so they can't afford to not make that money. I know Jalen and Kuminga signed for $500K, but I think Nix and Isaiah signed for over $250K too, and that's a lot of money. Remember, most 18-year-olds are in high school or college, and these guys are making bank. They're not just bringing in all this hype to the G League, which is good for the NBA too because they really own it, but they're performing at a high level. I know some of you may think the G League's not that serious, but there's guys in that league that are fighting to get to the NBA. You literally have grown men out there that are 35 or 36 going up against these kids. And yes, I said kids for a reason because they're almost 20 years younger than some of the players. For some reason, nobody's talking about this, but we gotta start giving them some credit. The reason no one's talking about it is because when you're doing great things, people are gonna whisper about it. But if you're performing bad, people are gonna scream it. So that's why no one's talking about it, because they're not performing bad. If they was, it'd be all over ESPN. Now, with all that good stuff being said, Have they been perfect? No. Have they been great all the time? No. They've shown not just some, but a lot of signs of immaturity, but they're young, so I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. There's nothing to criticize in my books. The name of the game is to score, and 4 of these guys are in the top 5 on the team in scoring. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this and their performances, but with all that being said, that's gonna wrap up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. If you're new to the channel, what are you doing? Join the family. We're on the road to 100K. Can't get there without you. If you want to join the family, I appreciate it. If not, that's okay too. And as always, let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.